Hello everyone, let's start with the emergency provisions. So, first is a national emergency under Article 352. Who declares it? It is the president only in the country who can declare the national emergency and none other. What are the grounds or what are the bases on which the president can declare the national emergency? So, if the security of India, that is complete India, or a part of it, that is a small territory of the entire state, is threatened. Why? Due to war, external aggression, or armed rebellion. These three conditions. So, the president can declare national emergency. In addition, the president can declare it even before the actual occurrence. Even if these conditions have not happened, the president can declare the national emergency only if he is satisfied of the imminent danger. So, the emergency is divided into two: external emergency and the internal emergency. So, emergency due to war and external aggression is known as external emergency, and due to the armed rebellion is known as the internal emergency. So, before the armed rebellion, it was internal disturbance. The word was internal disturbance till 1978. Only after the 44th Amendment Act 1978, this word was replaced by armed rebellion due to the declaration of emergency by Mrs. Indira Gandhi. So, this word was highly controversial, and so this was replaced by the word armed rebellion. In addition to it, either entire country or a part of it. What this means is that the national emergency can be imposed in entire country or a part of the entire country. According to according to 44th Amendment Act, written recommendation of the cabinet, which is headed by the Prime Minister, it is required. Before the declaration of the national emergency, the written recommendation of the cabinet, which is headed by the Prime Minister, is must. Then that declaration to the national emergency, it is subject to the judicial review. So this is also a good thing to learn about. Let's now talk about the parliamentary approval. Like, how is this issued? From the date of issue till the first month, like president has declared the national emergency, from that day till the next, like, 1 month, it should be approved by both the houses of the parliament, that too by a special majority. Okay, so now what is a special majority? It is the 2/3 majority of those who are present and voting, plus the total membership majority, like the total membership whatever is there of the house, that from that to a majority is required. So that majority is known as a special majority, and it should be approved by both the houses by a special majority. And in case the Lok Sabha is dissolved, like in the case of dissolution of the Lok Sabha, what will happen is, on like till the date of the first sitting, within 30 days of that first sitting, it is required to be passed by the Lok Sabha, provided that it has already been passed by the Rajya Sabha. Okay, if the Lok Sabha is not in the session, then it is to be approved by Lok Sabha from the first sitting within the 30 days, provided only if it is already passed by the Rajya Sabha. Then if it is approved, it will continue for 6 months period, and it can continue for any time, like any number of days or any number of months, any number of years, till there is the desire of the executive. Now, who is the executive? That is exactly the prime minister, cabinet that is headed by the prime minister. But there is one requirement, that for that indefinite period, after every 6 month, approval is required. Okay, whose approval? Both the houses of the parliament. Okay, the same thing will continue again after the 6 month, after every 6 month. Let's talk about the revocation now. So it can be revoked by the president at any time by a subsequent proclamation. Okay, by any order that he can give, that now the national emergency ceases to operate. If the Lok Sabha passes a resolution disapproving its continuance, so if the Lok Sabha approves that no, we don't require it now, so please revoke it. Then, if 1/10 of the total membership of the Lok Sabha, it gives a written notice to the speaker, and if the Lok Sabha is not in the session, then to the president, And with this notice, what will happen that within 14 days a special meeting will be arranged so as to revoke the national emergency. Let's come to the effects now. So what are the effects of the national emergency? So it's everything कि जो state की power होएगी वो सारी center के पास आ जाएगी. The executive power of the state will extend to directing any state or of the center. Then the parliament becomes empowered to make any law that is mentioned in the state list. This is important to know. Then the president can modify constitutional distribution of the revenues between the center and the state. So this leads with the executive power. This leads with the legislative power, which extends to the center. Then this leads with the financial power, which is again in the hands of the president now. What about the life of the Lok Sabha? It is already 5 years, but it can be extended by 1 year in the case of a national emergency. Talking about the fundamental rights of the citizens, which are very eminent rights. According to the Article 358, it is given that the Article 19 and all the freedom, like 6 freedoms are provided in Article 19, everything will be automatically suspended as the national emergency will be declared. And according to the Article 359, every other fundamental right will be suspended. If, like whatever mentioned by the president, it will be suspended only except the articles 20 and 21. This is to be learned about. Then there have been 3 declarations of the national emergency: 1962, 1971 and 1975. I hope you all gained something today. See you in the next video. Thank you.